Now, here is another very clear passage on the concept of doership. Baba says, "This is me, this is mine, this is yours, that is not mine." These types of different thoughts and feelings erupt in the mind of a person only due to Maya. Maya turns even the false things which are not there to appear true and real. Maya binds a person in its clutches of false materialistic things. Hence, the person loses the ability to think and to see the truth. Maya has two qualities. First, it covers the mind with darkness so that the person cannot think and realize the truth. Under the influence of Maya, he or she thinks that they are the doer and the deserver of the result of their actions. Very important line. If we just stay with this, the first point, me, mine, not mine, yours, that is the ego, identified with this body and the name. Now, this ego itself, we did not create. You can say God created it through Maya. Nobody created the ego. It happened. Through the process of life, the baby saw over time that if I cry, this thing comes running to me. I'm using it in a metaphorical way. The ego realizes now it is separate from what it has seen. That is separate from this. Now the ego starts developing. So if I do something, if I cry, mother comes running, father comes running. If I do something. Doership. So our birth is into doership, which was also the will of God. And this doctrine of doership, which is there in the Bhagavad-Gita, when Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, when he says, I am not going to fight, because I can kill, I am trained, but I cannot kill my preceptors, those who taught me, I refuse to fight. And Krishna says, your genetics and conditioning were that of a warrior. Born a warrior, trained a warrior, conditioned to be a warrior. Now you are thinking, I am not going to fight. Where has this come from? If you have the understanding that you were born a warrior, conditioned to be a warrior, and it was your nature to pick up the bow and fight, then you would be fulfilling what you were meant to. And don't forget, Arjuna, I, the Lord, as time, have already killed them. You are an instrument through whom the killing will happen. So where is this pride coming from? So, very important exploration of doership. Under the influence of Maya, I'm repeating this line, he or she thinks that they are the doer and the observer and the deserver of the result of their actions. Second, it confuses the person about the reality of this world. It presents false things as true. It makes you feel that things are there which are actually not there. Due to Maya, living beings misinterpret the glitter of world which looks real to them, and God looks unreal. The laborer dreams that he is the king, but the reality is that he is just a laborer. Illusion created by the dream hides the reality from him that he is actually a laborer and not the king. Maya is the illusion that hides the reality and creates a false feeling about the true and real world. Maya even hides God and presents the glitter and glamour of the world as God. This world is not true and not real. Only God, in brackets Chaitanya, consciousness, is true and real. Due to Maya, ignorance and illusions, this world looks true and real. The reality of this world is very different from what it appears to be. Along with the world, all the affairs and relationships of this world are also false and untrue. This world might look true to people, but it is not true, it is completely false. The wrong belief about the world is not good for the human soul. You see one line here. Along with the world, all the affairs and relationships of this world are also false and untrue. What does this mean? In very simple words. When I accept everyone is an instrument of God, especially those pushing my buttons and the ones I don't like, I have seen God behind them. So therefore my relationship with individuals is false because there are truly no individuals. God is behind them all. So this is what Baba is pointing to. In what sense is this world and these relationships false? In this sense. You see, we have stuck labels on people, on our relationship with them. First is, we have labeled them based on the relationship, family, friend, colleague, stranger on the road. We've stuck those labels on their foreheads. And then we have further labeled them into what we like and what we don't like. This process of labeling is done by the me. And what Baba is saying is that if you truly saw me in everyone, this labeling would drop. So this labeling is false. This is the Maya. Things are truly not what they seem. I remember years back, I had met one young astrologer who had once told me that he had prescribed a stone for someone to wear. And there was a minor mishap when the person wore that stone. And so he got a call the next day, you know what happened? You gave me that stone. You are responsible. You did this to me. And he said, hold on. How do you know? It could have saved you from something even worse. No, you are saying it just out of convenience and so on. Point is, we don't know. We don't know, and we judge what has happened with us based on our very limited view. That is why when we imbibe these teachings, judging situations and people drops away. You just tell yourself, I just don't know. It's pointless to judge this situation. I have to deal with it. Deal with it I must to the best of my ability, which God made. That's all I can do. results are not in my control. That's how I operate through the Maya, without getting lost in the dream of Maya and doership and all that nonsense. Nonsense is the right word, nonsense, because it doesn't make sense. So much of life does not make sense. But when we accept this, we stop looking to make sense. You stop trying to figure things out, trying to make sense of things. You just know that life, most of it does not make sense. So I stopped looking for that. I go with the flow like H2O.